Alright, hello and welcome back to Driveway. We're back in the house. So, our next phase that we're going to be messing around with today is going to be the heating ducts. Okay, previously this is where the heat would come out. It's right next to the chimney on the intersection of the room, and this was the cold air return. Now I don't know what idiot thought that would be a good idea, but essentially a lot of the heat issues that you have where it feels cold on one side of the house and hot on the other is due to this type of setup. It's like ideally you want to have your heat and cooling or whatever come out on the external walls, because essentially if you have it come out on the external walls, any drafts or whatever that come through, you'll actually be heating those up. I'm not too sure exactly what the thought process is behind having the cold air return by the windows, but it essentially gives you that uneven room feeling. Because if you did that to all parts of your house, the inside area would be heated up to what the thermostat says, and then on the outside edges it's probably going to be about 5 degrees cooler. So when you're sitting on the couch watching TV and your thermostat says 70 degrees, it might actually feel like 65 on the couch. So essentially we're going to put in a new set of ducts for this living room. What we have here is insulated 8-inch duct coming into an 8-inch T and then reducing to 6-inch. A lot of people would probably run 6 the whole distance, but since I'm branching here and going that way and that way, I wanted the extra volume that the 8 provides. If you had just a smooth pipe, you can make deal with 6 all the way, because the extra flow of the smooth style will actually be enough to keep your 2 vents fed. But because this stuff is corrugated style, it reduces flow quite a bit. So essentially we went through, sealed the edges of the tubes with the flashing butyl tape, and then we grabbed a couple zip ties and zip tied everything tight so that way they won't go anywhere. Then of course we laid it out here simply so we could attach it all, so we're not crawling around under the house trying to cut and size your ducts and zip tie them and tape them, because that probably wouldn't be very fun. This section here I left extra long just to make sure that I reach the furnace, which is about over here area. So essentially we'll probably only have to bring it to that bend, but I didn't want to chop that until I knew exactly how far it is. So I'm going to drop the power line down the hole so we can plug in another trouble light underneath. Then we'll drag this whole works on down there. Okay, so here we are. We're back here behind the furnace, and here's our crawl up to our crawl space. Laid down some polyplastic so we didn't have to waller around in the dirt and whatever down there. So Now I'm gonna crawl on in and bring this other trouble light with us. That way I got more sources of light. So I got this one and that one. So let's get rolling. All right. We are all up in it down here now. So, I got this guy and got some webbing. So we're going to grab a little staple gun and nail this up there so we can hold the ducts in place. So it's pretty cramped down here. Suppose if you're a really fat man, you wouldn't want to be doing this for a living. Alright, I got the ducts strapped up. So we can crawl out of this dirty mess. Alright, made it back out to the opening. Not exactly the most fun. Alright, we are out of the hole. So now all we gotta do is just cut that guy and hook it to that one. And then we'll be set. Alright, we got that spliced and attached. So, we should be good here. Time to go retract all of our stuff and put the vents in the hole. Alright, now we're up here. Just a simple matter of famous last words. Come on, up we go. There we go. Alright, that's not going anywhere. And there she be. That looks like a heat vent. Should be relatively straight. So open it up and crank on the furnace. All right. Well, I guess that's going to do it for today. Now we got your ducts in here, and we can start next time on some insulation and that type of stuff. So we'll be getting there. Check you later.